Hiya, it's my birthday today, and we're doing a very special episode, bringing on some of my members from my Light Up membership and friends here. We have three beautiful ladies that have shown up today to do a impromptu podcast on how they have stepped into the things that light them up, how they have dared themselves to go for it, even when we have no idea what is going to transpire, even though we have our own idea of what we'd like. And then what actually is could be completely different, and how we work through all of that uncomfortability and the unknown in a way where we don't go crazy. And when I mean crazy, I mean wanting to control, wanting to grasp, wanting to know what the next right thing will be, and going with the flow and relaxing in and just trusting the process. So today I have Sally from Noel James Home. I have Paige Stevenson from Your Angelic Numerologist, and I have Megan Symington with the Female Forward Collective. And we are all a wonderful group of women entrepreneurs who are living in our light, doing the things that are creating joy and fulfillment for what we feel like our purpose is here at this time and space on the planet. And I just wanted to get their feedback on what it's like when we take a risk and we go for it when we have no guarantee that it's going to work out. Who wants to touch on that first? What about you, Sally, since you just started your business a year ago? It's 2025, 6, 4. When did you start it? 2024. Just in case someone listens to
25,
this later. 25.
2020.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So I had a very interesting healthcare career for about 25 years and decided I was done with that and I wanted to be more creative and be more consistently in my joy. And so I took a huge leap of faith and 9 months ago stepped into this business full time, making furniture and home decor and doing corporate gifting and all the things.
How it's
And
expanded, how it's grown, how it's shifted.
yep, saying yes to many things I never
Mm.
thought I would say yes to. And it's my favorite place to be. And I have never been so calm, and people see that.
Beautiful. Well, I think following the joy is the whole name of the game, and we just need to have the courage and the absolute will to want that enough that we work our life in a way that can allow that part of us to shine. Megan, tell me a little bit about how your career has shifted and changed, because you do business consulting and strategy, but also you've created a beautiful community and network now of women entrepreneurs, which you're just
Uh,
really gifted at, PS.
Thank you, Adera.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly just feel so much gratitude. I've worked from home doing consulting for the last 2.5 years. I've been in business for 15 years, doing it on the side of my desk. I worked corporate for a long, long time. And when I went out on my own, I really just wanted to focus on connecting with businesses that I believed in their story. And then with that, it was the idea that I was working, at home on Zoom. I was on Zoom all the time, and I was in a very male-dominated industry, being professional services and real estate. So I just feel so blessed. I set up a breakfast, which was 10 women, and now we have on average about 100 women showing up every month. Adara's been a speaker. We've had so many amazing speakers. And I just look out of the over the room and just now believe that if we put that energy out there, the right people are going to be attracted to it. And we don't need to be scared of, putting those big ideas out there because there's other people that will like it.
Mm.
There's how many billions of people on the planet.
So good. And Paige, talk to us a bit about how we need to trust into, I don't know if it's spiritual guidance, numerology guidance, or just our own innate guidance. Like, how do you keep your course? Even though, like Sally was saying too, like so many ideas can kind of come and you can say yes to many things. And then sometimes that can feel like you've lengthened and expanded yourself instead of focused yourself to get to your goal. And how do you just navigate through all of the decisions that one needs to make to get to where they're trying to go?
Well,
Hmm.
it's gosh, where do I begin? Well, I just want to comment on what Sally had to say because Sally, you made a reference to 9 months ago. You started something, and I was going to shout out,
Oh
"Look
yeah.
what you're birthing!"
Birthing.
I heard that too. I actually said that to Dan this week. I'm like, oh, I see now. Things are really shifting. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's so it's easy for some people to just look at you and get a sense, like just us in general, of, well, they must be doing this for a long time, or they've got a lot of people around them. And sometimes that's not the case at all. Sometimes they're what I refer to as a lone wolf. And a lone wolf always finds its pack. And
Mm,
I'm one of those people because I'm a very strong female that believes in what I do. But for years and years, I can't tell you how many years, but many years, I was not allowing myself to go beyond my little circle. It
hmm
was like, so if you can imagine a little town in the middle of crackbutt nowhere, and that's where I stayed. And everybody around was going, "Ooh, ah, Paige, 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 Paige." And then one day I went, "Hey, wait a minute. There's got to be more people out there." And I want to find them. And it's what I call being bold. And as much as
mm,
I'm an extrovert and I speak out of my head, I don't hold everything in. I'm a speak out loud person. I am my worst enemy also. And I'm now loving myself, and I have very valuable words to be heard. And now the earth is my platform. And watch out, earth, because here I come.
Oh, yeah. But would you say that's it? Is being bold and loving ourselves to get to where, like, to find the path instead of, so
Well,
oftentimes we're looking outside of ourselves for the answers and,
a lot of times people have their own story that they're telling themselves as to why they can't do something. Oh,
mm,
I can't do that because I'm too much this or too much that.
mm,
And that's part of your healing, believe it or not. When you can identify what's slowing you down, have somebody come around you that's a healer, like myself, and can address that a little deeper and help get rid of it.
mm,
Because my own conditioning from my childhood is what was stopping me.
mm,
Now, that's a whole story. I wrote a book on that. But that's one of the areas because we have our own little dialogue in our head. We don't naturally go, "Oh, yes, I'm going to be this when I grow up," and it unfolds exactly that way. No,
mm.
that's not how it works out.
No,
Uh, and it might not be far off, but if you talk to people that have made it, you'll hear how their story got started, how it started out in this town and ended up in this town. And they can't really tell you how that happened
right,
because that's where the universe is stepping in and going, we're going this way now, and then we're going to go
right,
this way.
right.
Um, and it just keeps evolving and evolving. In like, think of your own group, Adara. Like this group, how it's expanded and evolved into what it is. When you thought of it originally, it was this size, and now it's
Or it's different.
exploded.
It's just different than what I originally had maybe even set out for it to be too.
And it's going to expand and flow out even more.
Yeah.
It'll just keep going and going.
Yeah, which brings me just to Megan and the community aspect, like finding other, is it like-minded? Is it there people that are in the same like frequency or agency as you, where you're sort of supporting each
Same
other?
frequency. Yep. I call it the radio dial system.
Right.
Back in the day, we had our radios, and it was so cool when you got FM. It was like, oh, we got an FM station. All right, so I'm at this number, and what do you listen to? Oh, you're at that number. And then as soon as we get to the same number, oh, we're succinct. But
Mm-hmm.
if we're always on the different numbers, we'll never be succinct.
Together, yeah.
So it's not that one's right and one's wrong. We're just at a different radio station. And that's how you need to look at it.
Thanks, Paige. Appreciate that. Megan, can you speak to the community aspect?
Yeah, I think, is just being open and being humble to the messages and the people that reach out to you. I read a book many years ago that people are put into your life for a reason, whether it's for, a moment, a lifetime, or a reason, right? And I'm always surprised by the people when I first meet them and I'm thinking, I don't know why this person has now popped up in my life.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I'm standing on a stage speaking, or I'm invited or introduced to a client, or I'm just working on a really cool project. So I think just being open to the people that show up into a community, and you never know what's going to come from those
Hmm.
relationships. Like it honestly just gives me chills, the people that I've met, throughout my career, but also in the last 2 years, even just meeting with Paige. Paige flipped a card for me at one of my events, and I now have it on my fridge, and it's just a reminder that we can be the light, and be the light in a community. And it's just something I've definitely held close to my heart is you never know who's in the room.
So good. So, what do we say to people listening when fear is coming up for them? When we maybe ask them or I dare them to do the thing that they may have been putting off or the thing that they've been craving, and fear comes up, financial insecurities come up, abilities, not enoughness comes up. What kind of things do you say to yourself to push past those blocks?
Uh,
Just do one thing. That's what I was telling myself.
Just do
Just
one thing.
just do one thing to move the business forward today. And then it got easier and easier. And being curious, like Megan said, about who all of a sudden is showing up in your
Mm-hmm.
world. Be curious about those people. They often have really cool stories, and you can connect different ways with them. And it might not be right away that you see something come out of it. It it could be down the line, but be
Totally.
curious and do one thing.
Be curious, do
Just
one
do
thing.
one thing, one
One
small
thing.
thing.
That means I need to
Change your
get my
trajectory.
runners on and go for a run right after this, but that's good. Okay, I'm going to do that thing. Megan, what would be your mm, belief blocker kick?
well, something that I have always thought is very similar to what Sally was just saying, like just do the one thing, and that Mel Robbins, like 5 4 3 2 1, that got me through some pretty dark days of going through divorces with a two young children. And I just was like,
Mm,
get out of the bed, just take those steps. You're gonna get this done today. But I think with fear, it's like when you get out of the bed, it's the next step. It's like, who is on my hit list? Who's in my front row? Is it Adara that I text message and I'm like, am I nuts? And she's like, well, kind of, but you should totally do this. And is it, the friends that I can send a website to or a landing page? And I'm like, this is what I've done. They're like, I love this, but maybe you should make these little tweaks to it because it would speak more to me. And it's
mm,
having those trusted people in your community where you can bounce ideas off, and it's just a safe place to land. It's that person that gets you and keeps your heart safe, but gives you that feedback.
that's beautiful. I think that's definitely a must for me as well. For me, and doing the one thing. Absolutely. I do both those things. Okay, Paige, what do you got for me when
Well,
fear?
I've had back in the day, I had depression, and I know what it's like not being able to get out of bed. It's a tough thing to do. It's been a while since I've been in that space, and I'm thankful that it has departed the gate and has gone off in a plane somewhere because I don't need it anymore. But at the time when you're going through it, your brain is so muddled, it's hard to think of anything. And I love that reference to the Mel Robbins 5 4 3 2 1.
Mm,
That it just breaks the pattern in your head. But because I'm who I am and I've been working with the angels for years now. Now when I get, because when I go through stuff, I always default to my angels and I always ask them. And you may not believe in the angels. You may have a different higher power that you call something else. I'm not here to change your mind. Call on your divine energy and say, help me find the person that is this, the
hmm.
right networking group, the right market, the right podcaster, the right book to read, the right whatever you're looking for, or you might not even know what to call it. Just show me something that's going to help me feel better. Show me the people that can help me. Just show me them. Where can I go? What can I do? Just be bold. Just
And
say it.
then, and then you have to believe that you're worthy of it and say yes, because what happens is sometimes those opportunities show up and then we don't bite and we don't buy the ticket because we have all the reasons. It's too expensive. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if this is the person for me. And then the universe is like, okay, well, you said you wanted this thing. I presented it to you and you're not taking it. And so I think also we have to trust ourselves that when those moments come, also feel into the feeling like I know when some opportunities have presented themselves, there's a little bit of a resistance in the sense that it feels like it's the right thing for me to do, but there's something in me that's kind of saying, I don't know if this is it. And then there's other opportunities that come to me that I'm dead scared about saying yes to, but I'm excited about it. And
Mhm.
I know for me, following my light, that thing that excites me and also scares me is exactly the rooms that I need to be putting myself into.
Absolutely.
And so that's the name of the game for me anyway,
Yes.
as I grow and evolve into the next reiteration of whatever it is that I'm wanting to share with people. I always find that fascinating too. And we're our own person doing our work. We're really wanting to find the fulfillment and joy in what we're doing. And then we also want to service the people that we feel like we're best suited for. I mean, but when you were saying, Paige, I really want to make sure that what I say is hitting the people in the way that I want it to hit them. Well, that's a lot of responsibility to take on. And I think the real question and the real work is finding our own voice and trusting it and knowing that exactly how it's coming out is the exact way that it is meant to be heard to the people that are meant to hear it. And that's something that I'm learning and leaning into. Because oftentimes I'll get off a stage and be like, God, I should have said this. And why did I say that? And I'll watch my speaking stuff and I'll be like, Jesus Christ, you kind of went on there and you didn't really, make it a cute little bow about it. And then I have to give myself grace because people after, not everyone, but there'll be three or four people maybe after that say, I really resonated with what you said. And, this really hit me. And then I go, great. Well, I guess I was speaking to you then in that moment, right? That's all I
Yes.
can do. Yeah. Is there
Yeah, yeah,
anything
because we've heard that before. We're our own worst critic.
for sure? For
Yeah.
sure. Don't know where we built that critic up from, but it's something that's keeping us safe and just in a little box of, I don't know. The critic just needs to go. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Be gone
Um,
now.
yeah, be gone. Is there anything else you want to leave the people with in regards to just going for it? Just going for it today, trusting in the unknown, trusting the process. Oh, yes. I guess we could leave off on the process. So, you know how the step-by-step process has been sold. It's done very well. It's a little marketing scheme about like, here's what you need to do. Step one, step two, step three, and then you'll have the thing, right? But not everyone is going to follow that process. That might not feel right to them. It might not be their path. So what would you say to somebody that's like, Jesus, just somebody tell me what I'm supposed to do and what buttons to press and what person to reach out to and I'll do it. Like, or how people people who want to be like a speaker or famous or whatever, they'll be like, I just need someone to see me. Like, if someone could just find me and then promote me.
Yeah.
No, you got to do it.
I think something that jumps out for me, Adara, is so many people think it's a massive cliff that they're gonna dive off
Oh
head,
yeah,
and it's really just a curb. Like
yeah.
take a step
It's a
off the
curb
curb and just take one tiny step, like Sally said. It sounds so overwhelming. Like even just me posting video online, I tell my clients to do it all the time, and now I've given myself a goal of filming myself every day. It's
Good
super
for you.
uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
I'm diving off that cliff head first, and now I'm realizing it's not that bad.
Good job. It's just a little curb.
It's a
Good
ramp.
one. It's a ramp. Good. Any other final words on that?
If I could just say to the audience that whenever a thought comes to you and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Could I do that? Or however your head is talking about it, just know that thought came to you. It was divinely orchestrated and you're meant to hear it or see it
Mm-hmm.
or feel
That's
it,
nice.
however it's coming to you. There's no accidents. Everything is purposeful. You're creating this. If you're asking for signs, show me the signs, show me the people, and something shows up and you're going, oh no, I don't want to do that. Excuse me? What did you just ask for? And
Mm-hmm.
be in the vibe of graciousness.
Mm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for sending me the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're this open person that is like, okay, show me, show me, show me, show me, and then you're like poo-pooing everything, you're going to stop getting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll be going, wah, 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 wah.
Right.
And then you'll wonder why. And it's like, stop it. You asked, receive.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Beautiful.
Esther Hicks says, ask and it shall be given.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh,
sometimes it's right now. And sometimes
yeah.
it's a little ways down the road. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's coming.
Right. You put it out there. It's in motion. The
Yep.
energy is in motion. Yeah.
And so you got to trust and believe.
Beautiful. Trust and believe. Sally?
And watch the language you're using. Because if you're asking for a break, it might be your finger.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This just happened to my girlfriend who asked the universe for a break. I just need a break. And she broke her leg so she could write her book. She wanted a break so she could write her book from work. And that's exactly what she got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pick your language.
And what's your language? That's a hard one because we have a lot of
No, stop,
programming.
stop.
Hard.
Not a
Nope.
hard one.
Could delete, cancel.
It's
Watching our
something you can
language,
learn.
yes, means that we need to be present and aware and conscious. And those things are good to do.
Well, it's not what we learned in the get-go. We've had to retrain our brain.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's doable. I'm
Totally.
150 years old and it's doable. You can learn again
And again, and again.
and again and keep learning.
Yeah, I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation the other day, and he ended with, "You're creating your experiences," and I was like, "Oh, so good, Jesus! I got to remember that." Like
So good,
every
so good.
every time I'm in something, doing something, I'm creating it. You know how I'm perceiving this and being in it is my creation, right? Like it's a lot of It's a great responsibility to
Yes,
take on. Yes.
course correct there.
Course correct. Well, I really appreciate the conversation and you all showing up to share your wisdom and thoughts with other leaders that want to step more into their joy, into the thing that they feel like they're here to give and be of service. And they might just have this little wiggle in them where they just needed to hear some words that maybe one of you shared, and hopefully they do the thing today, one small step. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adera.